All right, now we're back. Pat, welcome to the show. Around the second time is the best time to get it.
Always.
How's life? Christmas is here. You're happy, you're healthy, life's good?
Life's perfect, man. Everything's going great. Christmas season is always my favorite.
Yeah.
I get to see my beautiful family every single day. I wake up to my son running in my room, laughing like a little goofball and saying dada and jumping on my bed and hugging me and kissing me. And so yeah, pretty much I just want to kill everyone.
All right, that's a good way to look at it. In the intro, I mentioned that, you have a world-class talent. There's almost 7 billion people in this world, and few of those people get to say, they have a world-class skill set, and I think you do. Do you ever think about that often, or do you just wake up every day and just live your life as Pat Stay? Or do you actually, are you very grateful for what you're able to do?
I'm really grateful. I think a lot of the times I do forget, and not like I forget that I'm important or anything like that, but sometimes I forget the impact that I've had.
Yeah.
And but that's a good thing. It keeps you kind of humble at the same time. You don't want to walk around thinking all day 24/7 like, oh, I'm this and this, and you feel like entitled and you feel, maybe like you're more important than other people. And I definitely don't feel that way at all. So
how often do you think you get recognized in the city?
In the city?
Well, just
everywhere, every day.
Well, how about when we just went to Shoppers? Were you recognized in there?
See, I always know when I'm recognized because it's. So I remember on the way here, I was talking about how the mood I'm in. Like, I'm not in a bad mood, but I'm like, most of the time, I'm like, la, 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 la. And this time, I'm just like, kind of like, stone cold, but still in a good mood.
Yeah.
So I'm walking around in that mood. And for example, I've seen 2 girls, and like when they see me, they're like whatever. They see me, like, if I could go up to them, I remember I told you I can read people super well.
Yeah.
If I could go up to them, like sometimes I'll walk up. They wanted to say hello or say something. Sometimes I'll go up and be like, are you Pat Stay? Just to break the ice for them, and they'll laugh, right? But I was in my stone cold mood, just kind of staring or whatever, so they're more so like unapproachable. So half the time, people don't want to approach me because they think I'm unapproachable, but I can see it. And
what is it, like a double take? Like someone will do like that, and and you can see it from your peripheral?
Oh, I'll look them right in the eyes. And I know the look. Why else would you be fucking looking at me? I've experienced this so many times. I know the look by now. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And half the time they'll message me when they get home, like, "Hey, I didn't want to bother you. You were buying your lip chap." You know what I mean?
What?
So, I didn't know if you wanted to talk because lip chap, flaky mouth, maybe just whatever.
People actually message you saying that?
Not that.
Well, not that, but like they'll message you after seeing you, and they're too nervous to come up and talk to you.
Almost every single day. Hey, I just seen you there. I didn't want to disturb you, blah, blah, blah. Just want to let you know, big fan. You've done this for me, blah, blah. I'm like, all right, thank you. Next time, definitely approach me because I'm super approachable, and I like to converse with strangers all the time.
That's interesting to me. I wonder if they only do that, because think about it. If you did that back in the 80s or 90s, and let's say you saw your idol.
Yeah.
And you didn't have the opportunity to DM them after.
Yeah.
You'd have to grow some balls and go up and be like, "Hey, I'm a huge fan."
Yeah, luckily we don't have to do that now. But also,
luckily
they may have seen me like downtown or something like that where I look a little bit less approachable. Not now, but like I've been known to be that guy downtown just all fucking messed up, so people get the wrong idea about me. So I get why some people don't want to, but really I'm just like the nicest teddy bear guy in the fucking world.
I noticed that when we did the street interviews back in the summer, because we didn't know each other on a personal level. I still,
That's a very small cup.
It's an espresso cup. It's French. My last name is Belanger.
So you kind of live up to it.
This episode is not brought to you by Red Bull, by the way. Make sure you don't turn that. Nope. Yeah. Just make sure it's not turned towards the camera there. But I'm joking.
And what about this too?
So this is, it's called, not incense. Incense, yeah. I get the other word mixed up for when family members...
Fuck.
Yeah. But incense, or sage is what I like to call it, sage. And like I said to you before, it's supposed to open up a brainwave of creativity. That's what it said on the box anyways. Shout out to the black market. So I figured when I first started doing this, the guests coming on, I could almost sense a little bit of hesitant. They were hesitant to open up a little bit. So I figured, all right, how am I going to do this? How am I going to get people to open up to me? And I just did some research, and this is what I came up with. So
it's actually alcohol.
Okay, good to know.
But so I don't want any.
I got a Bud Light upstairs.
I'm good. I'll open up real quick, right?
I know you will. When you go on the stage talking about opening up, I was always wondered about your presentation going up there. Do you write, or is it all on the top of the head? Because the way you make it seem, it's so natural. It seems like it's on the spot. I know we were kind of talking about this in the car on the way over, but I didn't really get a definitive answer.
I don't write anything down, but it's not freestyle. So like some of it will be.
Yeah.
Sometimes a large majority of it will be, but it's just kind of I'd say like I structure it in my head, but not perfectly. Like it's not like a play, like I have it all written out already, but I have the ideas and plan in my head. You know what I mean? It's kind of it's not. It doesn't just flow like I'm just right off the top like that, right?
I notice sometimes you pause for maybe 2-3 seconds
Because I don't know what I'm going to say next.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask.
Yeah, so I'm a lot more like unorthodox in that kind of way because most people do write their shit and they know exactly what line is coming next. So for me, I'm like, I don't know. I have no idea what's coming. It really depends on what's going to go on around me, what reaction I get. So I'll say something, I'll be like, let's feel my environment, all like this. All right, well, let's grab this from here. Boom, let's say it. You know what I mean?
And you're able to just make it rhyme and sound.
Yeah.
See, well, to me, that's amazing to me. Maybe not to you because you've been doing it for such a long time, but that's incredible to me. So I want to talk about a long time. So when you first started, when you were younger, when did you feel that you had this skill set to be able to be a battle rapper? Were you like a class clown? You know, how did it all start? Class clown?
Class clown. I was a class clown, and I always wanted that attention. Sometimes it was bad, sometimes it was good, but I realized it was just an attention thing, right? So no matter what, it was making people laugh or doing bad things or violent things or whatever, but at the end of the day, it was an attention thing. And so I started rapping around, I'd say 15, 16, I think like that. And
music. You started writing music.
Yeah, I was doing music
before
right? Battle rap. Yeah.
Oh,
so I was doing battle music, and then a battle went down in Halifax.
Where at? What location?
The graffiti pit.
What's that?
It doesn't exist anymore. It's on Lower Water Street.
Oh, that big hole.
That's
I
right.
remember that.
And it's and it was with Quake and Casper.
I remember that now.
You do remember
Quake
that?
was like 15 or like 14.
And I was like, okay, I'll definitely do this shit because I rap and they seem to be making people laugh. I'll definitely make people laugh and I'll just humiliate anyone. You know what I mean? I was really good at both at the time.
How old were you?
Well, Quake was 15, so I would have been, I think, 19.
That's young.
Yeah, 19 or 20.
Yeah.
If he was 15 or 16, yeah, 19 or 20, yeah.
Did someone approach you asking to do it, or did you take the initiative?
Someone, I was asked, it's like, yo, Pat, like, you're a known rapper around here. You should jump in. I'm like, say no more.
Did you ever think about it beforehand? If the guy didn't ask you, would you have thought, hey, maybe battle rapping is...
I didn't think it was around here. See, I used to watch these things called the World Rap Championships.
Where was that based out of?
LA.
Okay.
And actually, that was everywhere. That was in England. That was everywhere. They traveled around.
What was it called, sorry?
World Rap Championships.
Okay.
So Thesaurus and Immaculate are two world rap champions. And they used to travel the world and just beat everyone, right? So I watched them, and it was like a dream watching. I was like, oh my. I didn't even think about me doing it. I was just like, I can't believe how amazing these guys are. It blew my mind, right? Every party I went to, I'd show these guys on. They'd be like, what are you watching? I'm like, man, check these guys out. And then a battle happened down here. And I was like, shit. The first one was actually in Sackville with two guys. One guy's name is Lex and another guy was named Casper.
Okay.
And I was like, man, it's going down around here. And then, it happened. I was asked because I was a known rapper around here at the time. And, I just met at the graffiti pit. And it was a small circle of about 20 people. And then it turned into about 150 people after we started getting going. And it got a lot of views. And it started taking off. I got a lot of attention from it. And then, it just went from there.
Did the police show up to that?
Oh yeah, they always showed up.
To watch or to break it down?
They always try to kick us out, and we would leave.
The graffiti pit?
Oh yeah, we'd leave for a second, then just come back.
What was their excuse of private? What did they say? Private property?
No,
like
we're just causing a big scene, right? Too much of a scene. People drinking, smoking. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Well, that's Halifax for you in general. Just trying to break down anything creative.
That's right.
Just get it out.
Yep.
You said earlier in Sackville. By any chance, was that one in Sackville in a boxing ring?
No,
I remember.
No, but they did take it to boxing. That's what we did after that. We moved it to a boxing ring so they could, I guess, monetize or whatever. So they could start making money at the door.
Okay.
because it was outside for a while. How do you charge people outside, right? It's a free event.
Yeah.
So like a lot of these, this is selling out. Well, there's a lot of people coming.
What's a sellout? How many people?
At the time, I don't know, 200 people.
How much do they have to get in the door? How much was it? Like $5-10?
Yeah, probably at the time, $5-10.
Still, you're drawing people in.
Yeah.
That's a market.
Uh-huh.
Did you ever see, who showed me this? I think it was Quake, actually. There was a battle rap in a gymnasium, and then a fight broke out.
Yeah, I battled him. His name's Math.
Matt, is he a good guy?
Yeah, he's a very good guy.
I feel like rap battling is the exact same thing as a fight in hockey. There's a respect factor after the fight
For sure.
of how are you? How's, it's never personal. It's just business.
Yeah.
Because you were telling me you battled the other day, and right after the fight, you guys just talked.
Oh yeah, no. Me and him were actually slapping five the whole battle because he's so ruthless and I'm so ruthless. You know what we're gonna say to each other, right? So, we were giving props the whole time. But yeah, you're right. But back then it was different when Math battled.
How so?
It was more aggressive then. It wasn't professional because that was just like there was no. It wasn't being charged at the door. It was just like one hood against another hood, and basically like you don't know each other. You just go in there and. It was just a lot more like, to be honest, it was unnecessary masculine aggression, all testosterone filled rooms. You know what I mean? Like it was basically just which crew is the toughest. It was not to do with, it didn't have to do with who was the best rapper as much as it should have, to put it in simple form.
So what made it change?
Probably the popularity. Everyone watching it, they're like, okay, well, listen, man, we've got like 300 people that want to come watch this. They're not aggressive people. They're just regular people. Are we going to stunt our growth and limit ourselves by making this just a little street thing? Or are we going to make this, broaden it out and have the street dudes here, have the safe dudes here, have some girls here and shit like that. You know what I mean? And we had to come to an agreement. And listen, if you're going to be getting paid, upwards of 10 grand and shit like that to battle, then why would you punch someone? It's stupid to do. Back then, no one was getting paid, so punch them.
So what was that feeling like when you started to get paid for doing something that you love? That must have been a feeling of clarity, from going from the graffiti pit to just being a kid, just doing it for fun, to making 10 grand in one night.
Yeah.
What was your thought process on that? Like,
no, it's definitely a blessing, man. It's definitely a blessing. For the longest time, for the longest time we were taught not taught, but it was put in our heads like, man, you guys are lucky. You guys are getting paid this much to rap. Man, like you should just be thankful. But people don't know how much goes into this shit. They really don't know. It's not like we just go up there and freestyle at a party and get paid a bunch of money. Like, man, when you got a battle coming up, especially if you're on a level like me, like you got to put everything aside for at least a minimum a month, right?
A month.
Yeah, at least. Sometimes, okay, my last one was maybe 2 weeks, but sometimes a month, sometimes some people 3 months, 3 months, right? I'm talking about relationships. I'm talking about everything. If I could explain it to you, the focus you need, you wake up in the morning, you don't get breaks. It's from when you wake up in the morning until you go to bed, you are focused. You got your notepad on you, whatever you do. See me, it's in my head, but all day you're focused. Baby, I can't do that right now, blah, 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 blah. It's stress, the pressure. It's not like like I said, it's not like a little freestyle party. You're going on stage in front of 1,000 people.
In a place that you're not from.
You're not from there. You have no idea who his people are. They're all very aggressive with you. You have no idea what this person's going to say to you for roughly 15 minutes straight material. The rudest shit in the world about your family, your past, the things you've done, your girlfriends, their names, your kids, all this type of shit. On paper, you stand there, you're like, oh shit, this is going down right now. Pay-per-view, YouTube for the rest of your life. Everyone flew around the world to see you like, hey man, I'm from friggin' the craziest place. They'll say something crazy. I flew here just for you, man. You better kill it. You're like, oh shit. Like, the pressure is insane. The preparation is insane. Like, you lose once, and battle rap fans hate you. They're the most fucked up fans in the world. You lose one battle, they're like, yeah, Pat Stay should just dig a hole and die in it, piece of shit. Literally, it's that crazy. You ruin one. Think about it. They're battle rap fans. They're not the nicest people. They pay to sit and watch people just rip their souls out. They stand there for 8 hours and watch fucking 10 battles of people just ripping their souls out. They're like, yeah. So they're savage people anyway, right? So there's a lot of like, I can deal with it because I got tough skin, but some people can't. Like some people come into battle rap and there's a lot of mental trauma for them. They can't deal with it. They quit after 2 because they can't handle all these crazy fans and all the pressure is standing up there. They're like, oh my God, like it put my job at risk. It put my girlfriend left me because she was brought up and all this. It's really intense. So that fucking money is well deserved, especially for people like me. I'm the main event every single show I've gone to in the last damn near decade. You know what I mean? I'm dependent on every it's all on you, man. I'm the main event. I have to keep this fucking league afloat pretty much. You know what I mean? The whole crowd is loaded drunk, so they're already tired anyways. You better do your absolute best. They want to go home. You know what I mean? You got to do your absolute best to uplift. You have to be a superhero. You got to come down from a fucking rope and just be invincible. You know what I mean? The pressure is nuts, man. So, do
you love the pressure though? Secretly, do you love it?
That's why I thrive off.
It seems like it.
Mm-hmm. Bro, I'm never prepared for battles ever. Everyone is usually like 3 weeks before a battle or 2 weeks or sometimes a week. They're done. They're listening to it every day in their headphones. They're practicing it over beats. Me, I never have my shit done. Ever do I ever have 3 verses done. So I go there like, holy shit. Every single time I think I'm going to lose because I'm like, I don't have this shit prepared. Then I step on that stage. I'm like, oh yeah, this is my shit. Like, this is my shit.
People are here for me.
And I own this shit. Like, I own this shit. I'm going to fuck this person up. So they go and it just all comes together and I do it. I'm like, oh man, this was easy.
But that comes back to my first question. You're world class at what you do.
Yeah.
And when you say this pressure comes on you, do you feel a sense of, I'm going to be fine because I've done this a million times before? Or do you still feel that pressure every single, do you still feel the same pressure from when you went to the graffiti pit that first day? Do you still feel that exact same pressure?
I wouldn't say the exact same, but pretty similar. Let me tell you this. Remember I told you how self-aware of a person I am, right?
Yeah.
So I know like when I'm acting like why and, feeling certain ways and shit. But when it comes to battle rap, only people like my girlfriend and other people know that, or like maybe like even a Quake or someone who I'm very close with know. Every time I have the same pressure and I'm like, oh man, I'm going to lose. I tell them this. I'm like, oh, I'm so stressed out, man. I'm going to lose. I'm not prepared at all. Blah, 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 blah. My last battle, I literally recorded a video on my phone before my battle. I said, this is an apology in advance to my fans, man. I'm going to lose this one. I'm really not prepared. And I genuinely think that. I go through like I almost like an anxiety like hole. Like, and I'm hoping to God my opponent can't make it to the battle because I'm like, oh, I really don't want this to happen. I'm not ready. Every single time.
But the day of you're not talking about days before, you're talking about the day of.
Right up until
like an hour before or something.
I step in the ring.
Wow.
Actually, an hour before, I'm like, please say he didn't come. Every single time. My girlfriend will be like, I'll be like, man, fucking, this is the worst one, baby. I swear, I promise. Like, this is fucked up. Like, I can't believe I'm not prepared, man. Blah, blah, blah. And she'll just be like, I hear this every time. You say the same thing. I'll be like, no, but this time. She's like, this time. And like, it's crazy. It's crazy to me of how self-aware of a person I am and all that shit that I don't even click in now and be like, okay, shut up, Pat. You know you're going to be cool. It's never like that. It's always that pressure. I don't know if that's a good thing. It might be a good and bad thing. You know what I mean? But it works for me in the end.
You ever get frustrated of people that come up to you and say, hey, I think I'm going to try out battle rapping. Do you have any advice for me? Due to the fact that you've dedicated your entire life to your craft, and for someone to come up to you and say, I might dabble in this. And your advice would just be, essentially you're a doctor and someone just trying to get into it would just be a student. Do you ever get it? I feel like a lot of people want to dabble in this. You ever get frustrated by that?
No, I don't get frustrated, man. I think for me, it's like, for me, I can't really give advice because I built my career off totally being me. And it's it's like, it's not fair for some people, because some people are way better writers than me, technical writers than me, way better at so many different attributes. But I go up there and I might say like 2 words. Like one battle I opened up, I said arcane. That's a hard name. The stupidest little rhyme in the world. The whole building erupted for like 30 seconds straight. It was the biggest line of the entire night, and I won the fucking championship. Like, so it's just how I said it and timing. What I'm saying is, not everyone can do that, right? Not everyone can just walk up and say arcane, that's a hard name, and the entire crowd just go nuts. It's the way I did it with my personality and charisma. So what I'm saying is, like, when people ask me for advice, I'm like, I can't really give you advice except for be yourself.
Okay.
A lot of people can be like, yeah, what you want to do is when you're writing, you want to use this type of pitch, and you want to like use like multisyllabic compound syllable rhyming, blah, blah, blah. I literally get by from being who I am.
That is so weird. What's the learning curve there from where you started to where you are now? You must have learned a lot about yourself. Like you just said, you said those, what you just said? You said that everyone went crazy.
Oh, arcane. That's a hard name. If you watched it, you'd be like, what the fuck? And I'm telling you, the entire building just shut the fuck down.
So when did you learn that you could say something so simple and then that happened? So like, at what point?
I was just always that guy, the class clown guy, man. I worked in the barbershop. I was just always that guy. I just know how to like humiliate people in such a sarcastic way, right? I got 2 older brothers that are really funny. I grew up in the North End. Like, all my friends were really, really funny. We were just comical guys and just like to humiliate people in a fun way. You know how the guys are. You come over, you hung around my guys, right when they all walk through the building. We all rip each other down to shreds.
Ball breaking.
That's it. Not in a mean way. You know what I mean? I seen a meme that said, guys make fun of each other for social purposes and don't mean it. Girls compliment each other for social purposes and also don't mean it.
That's true. It's a weird society that we live in.
Yeah.
Do you like to poke fun at it? I feel like you do.
At what?
Well, like what we were talking about on the way here. There's things in society that are so cliche.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a whole nother content stream. You can just make fun of it. I guess it would be hard to make fun of it on stage because it's not
there's ways to do it.
Is there? Well, you know more than me.
Some of my biggest like angles and stuff have nothing to do with my opponents.
I've noticed that.
You notice that? When
you made fun of the entire crowd in English, had nothing to do with the opponent.
Yo, I had my biggest line of my entire battle, in my last battle, had nothing to do with my opponent. It kind of did, but he's a Crip, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've noticed, if you pay attention, I don't know if you have any Crips on your list.
On the podcast?
Yeah. Okay, have you noticed how they spell with the C's, like SUCC, DICC? Okay, never mind. Don't worry. You wouldn't get it then, right?
But people listening might get it.
Okay, so like they spell everything with they'll get rid of the K because CK actually means Crip killer, and they don't want to put that message out there. So everything will be DICC, SUC, FUCC. So I said something like, "So you're a Crip, you don't give a FUCC. Switching all those words around every day must not be easy." Till now, check it. If we invent this, we'll be rich. A spell correct app designed specially for Crips. Can you imagine the time you'd save per day? Dude, you type fuck and a C would automatically replace the K right away. Fast, efficient. We'll call it decrypted.
Oh my God.
I went like that. I said, what are we doing here, bro? We did it.
Was that just made up on the spot when you did it, or did you write that?
I actually wrote that.
You wrote that?
Well, I didn't write it. I just had it in my head. But yeah, so I was doing it, and like I was like, dude, like fast, efficient. We'll call it decrypted. And like and the building like shut down. Even Hay was like, oh my fuck. He reposted it. He goes, this Patch Day guy, he's brilliant. You know what I mean? So that was the biggest line of the entire battle, and I'm not even dissing him. I'm just bringing out like little social fucking. Yeah. It's actually a good idea too. Yeah. For an app, right?
It is.
Yeah. So fucking. Anyways, yeah. So what I'm saying is a lot of my shit isn't even direct. I just kind of have like cool ideas or just stuff that doesn't even have to do with my opponent, but it's still well written to the point where it becomes punchline of the night.
Do you have a photographic memory? Like how are you able to see those words in your head, and then because that was probably a good 45 seconds you were just talking about that line, how are you able to memorize that? Are you able to see the words in your head? Or
my memory is stupid, man. So I have like ADD, and so like,
do you take medication for it?
Sometimes, very rarely, only when I have a battle coming up and I need to write.
Okay.
and I'm pressed for time. Other than that, I don't like it because it makes me robotic and my dick's small.
Yeah. Okay. I never know what to say after that. The dick jokes.
Yeah. So anyways, my memory, like, I might put my phone in the fridge by accident and forget where I forget where I put things every fucking day. Every single day I'll put something, they're like, oh my God, and it's frustrating as hell. My whole life I have the worst memory in the world in some things. But it's selective memory, selective hearing and shit like that, because I'm the only one ever in battle rap who doesn't write their shit and can just memorize. I am that guy. Like, if I want to, I'll fucking remember the whole shit just like that. I'm the only person that can write an entire round in his head that day and go and just perform it. People could never, ever fucking do that, that I've ever met. And it goes back to like, when I was a kid, my dad just reminded me of this recently, so I'm glad of that. When I was really young, I would go to church, like really, really young, like 6, 7 or whatever, maybe even younger. And it's like 10 commandments or whatever, right? And I read them off, and then I memorized them like immediately after I read it, and then I said them back. And he's like, man, we all just looked at you like, how the fuck did you just like say that right back? You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's just, I have a good memory in some ways, in some ways I don't. Maybe.
How did you do in school and tests and things like that?
Horrible, man.
That's really.
It depends, like, because if I memorized it, I'm good, but I didn't understand it. So I could memorize it, but I would not understand it.
Did you want to understand it, or did you just not care?
Sometimes I would, and sometimes it'd be frustrating. I'd be like, man, I really want to try, but it's just, I can't get it, man. I can't grasp it. I don't like it. So whatever, but I'm so good at memorizing that I'll be like, okay, Pat, all you got to do, you don't have to really study the actual, like, the academic part of it. Just look at you see the answers. Yeah. Here's the answers. Remember those words, and you'll know how to beat this test. So when the test comes, like, okay, I remember that. I don't know how it works or how to actually make sense.
Oh,
but I remember those specific words from the answers that I studied from. That's it. So I would pass tests like that.
So if you saw a formula, you'd know how the formula looks like, but you have no idea how to do the formula.
I have no idea how to do the fucking formula.
So if you had a cheat sheet, you'd be set.
Set.
You'd be in Harvard. Wicked.
But
I want this skill set really bad.
No, you don't, man. I did really shitty in school, man. It sucked.
Yeah, me too. I'm sorry.
No, you didn't. You're a liar. Pants on fire.
All right. I want to talk about sports. This is a kind of a sport podcast. Did you play any sports when you were younger?
I played basketball. My brother was like a star in basketball, so I quit.
Was
that.
He?
Yeah.
How tall are you?
I'm 6'4.5", something like that. 6'5".
Can you dunk?
Barely. He can dunk. He won like a Canadian dunk off. Like, he's fucking retarded.
Really?
Yeah, he's nuts.
Do you ever, when you travel, like when you go to LA, you ever see the Lakers play or anything like that?
No. I haven't seen any games. I like basketball, but I'm not big into sports anymore.
Okay, we won't talk about sports. Where's the coolest place you've been to regarding battle rapping? Or even, I know you've been out to LA. You didn't do battle rapping there, did you?
Did I battle?
Or you went to you were shooting a movie there?
I probably did battle in LA. Did I? Did I just battle and I release it recently?
California somewhere?
I don't fucking know.
Nonetheless, where's your favorite place?
I did. I battled in San Francisco. I battled a transgender.
What, really?
Yeah, I battled a transgender woman in San Francisco.
Wait a second. So a transgender woman. So it was a man, now it's a woman? I mean, she's a woman?
I mean, that's...
I don't want to offend anyone.
Well, you just did. I'm just saying.
What do you think I am, a man or a woman?
I'm not going to just assume your gender.
That's very well said.
Thank you.
You are you're trained. Or not...
Yeah.
Is that what I'm trying to say? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but other than that, where's your favorite place that you've been to? Like travel, like seeing the world. You've been around. Where's your favorite place to go?
My favorite place that I've ever been is probably like, I liked Sweden a lot. Sweden was really cool.
I wouldn't have expected that answer.
Sweden was really cool, man. I just like different places. Like, I've been so many places in the world and people are like, oh man, I can imagine being there. And half the time I'm like, it's the same shit. That's where I've been so many places, and it's like, just like home, just a little busier or ruder people, or just like a little bit different, like, you know, architecture. But like, Sweden was very different to me.
So you'd rather see different than the same?
Of course. Why the fuck would I do? Yeah. If I'm going to travel, I might as well see different. I'm going to Australia soon. I'd like that, right?
You're going to Australia?
Yeah. I'm battling a blind guy.
Who picks these battles? Do you pick them, or
I do?
Do you have a manager?
No.
Really? You just do it?
I wish I did, yeah. See, I try to do things outside the box to like, hold on.
Take your time. Did you get your lip chap, by the way? You got it.
I did. Thanks.
What's this?
Just a little.
Are you stressed?
I'm not stressed, but I just seen it, and I always wanted one.
Can I try? Let me see.
Yeah.
Obus forme. Cool.
But yeah, no, I picked these battles because I like to challenge myself creatively. My favorite thing I've ever done was a compliment battle.
With Roan.
Yeah, did you like it?
I loved it.
Cool.
I like Roan.
He's great, man. He's amazing.
You should contact Barstool Sports. You can get a job there.
So funny you say that, man. Fucking Rowan just called me the other day. He's like, dude, like, I've been showing everyone your shit. I'm sending all your videos off to my boss. I know he's gonna love you. Like, it'd be great to have you on board.
You're a content king.
I guess.
You know? If you don't go, we got to get you doing more street interviews. Only if you want to.
Yeah.
You're great with that.
Yeah.
When you went to Sweden, how'd you find the people? I feel when people travel, they say the best
Thin.
thing about traveling. What'd you say? Thin?
Yeah, thin.
No fat people?
None.
Any fast food restaurants there?
Yeah.
There's like McDonald's, all that shit.
I don't remember a McDonald's, but I'm sure there is. But they just have small portion meals, and they walk a lot and bike a lot. But what I was saying is, I like to. I want to battle a blind person. I want to battle a transgender person. I want to battle like the most different type of challenge every single time, because it's like writing differently. Like the writing backwards is the compliment battle. Battling a transgender person, like, that's so different, you know. Battling a blind person, I want to do things like that, just because. Just battling someone telling you're better than them and you'll beat them up and their mothers will suck your dicks and stuff like that. Like, it does get repetitive, and I know that I'm more creative than that.
It's cool how you don't care about what people think, because most people, assuming that you want to battle a blind person or a transgender person, you know, you're going to want to make fun of them. And most people would be like, oh, he's a dick for doing that. He's poking fun at them. But you just have the complete opposite mindset. You're like, no, it's a battle rap. It's a different art form. It's just like comedy.
Yeah.
But with that being said, the world that we're living in right now, it's becoming smaller and smaller and smaller for people like you and comedians to succeed.
That's true.
Because you're offending everyone.
Limiting myself, yeah, man. They'll put you in a box. A lot of people really didn't like my transgender battle, but she liked it, and she had a lot of balls for doing it.
Do you have a lot of people giving you flack? Do you have a lot of people giving you flack, emailing you, DMing you? So what's your response every time? Have a good day?
No, suck my dick. It's usually suck my dick.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's no, it's usually suck my dick.
Yeah.
Usually suck my dick. I have transgender fans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're people.
I posted them. Well, no, but fucking, I posted a video the other day. There's some transgender women, quoting my transgender battle. They're saying lines that I said to the transgender person.
Yeah.
They're like quoting them, and they love them and shit. And so that just shows it's like, oh, some little random snob is like, I think what you did was politically incorrect, but I have transgender people being like, I love it.
I hate that you say that to me and you think I'm going to be surprised. Like, oh, guess what? I have transgender people. It's like, yeah, they're fans. Like, they're people.
Yeah.
People automatically think, oh, just because, they're different, they're not going to be fans of battle rapping. It's like, come on, man, we're all people.
Well, that's not what I meant. I meant like, I should have been more direct, but I was kind of like leading off of the whole transgender thing. So you wouldn't assume that I have transgender people who like my transgender battle. So I wasn't being as direct. Yeah. Okay. Because I was saying some pretty fucked up shit.
Yeah.
Really fucked up shit.
So what do you have going on in the near future other than Christmas?
Well, I want to take a break from battle rap, and I actually want to work on a lot of content, man, whether it's comedy skits or music videos or just a podcast or things like that. I have so much creative ideas that I can't put to life when I have these battles going on. Because like I said, you got to shut everything off when you battle. When you have a battle, everything, you have to shut everything off, right? So I want to take that break. And I want to work on I want to get my creative juices flowing, man. Maybe get a little sage stick
company,
you know what I mean, company stick, and a little pathetic cup, and fucking get my creative shit going, you know what I mean.
What avenue do you want to be in other than podcasting? Well, I guess I shouldn't say other than podcasting. You haven't announced yet. You put it on your Instagram story, but if you want to get a podcast going.
I actually don't know, and that's what Ron was like, man, what do you exactly want to do? And I don't know. I'll do music. I'll do music videos. I'll do, like I said, comedy skits. I'll do. I just have so many different ideas. I feel like I'm so multi-dimensional, like of a person. Like, so I can't just narrow it to one thing. I can't just say I want to do a podcast based on this, because the next day I'll be like, fuck, man, like I know I can do this so well. So I don't know, man. We'll see where it goes from here, but hopefully just there's some cool creative shit that people can enjoy and laugh at.
Do you ever think about writing scripts?
Yeah, that could be part of it too. I would love that, man.
It seems like you have a bunch of characters that you'd be able to like bring to life and write on a piece of paper.
Sorry, man.
That's all right. No, it's all good. When you were in LA shooting that movie, did anyone approach you about writing?
No, bro. I was like, I didn't even think anything was going to happen with that movie. So I was just like to myself, I was really sick at the time. And I was just sitting down, like sweating it out until my part came. And then I just went home.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you get a trailer?
No. Oh, a trailer?
For the movie? Like before, like waiting?
What do you mean? Did I get a trailer?
Like, you know, like when you're on a movie set, the actors will get a trailer and they just wait in the trailer.
Oh yeah, we got a trailer.
You got a trailer.
Yeah.
So what's it like shooting a movie in LA? I've never experienced that.
It was cool. We were just in like this little dungeon, underground, like dungeon type thing. And it was cool. It was all my peers around. And like I said, I didn't think anything was going to happen of it. So I wasn't that hype about it. But
yeah,
that could have helped my performance, because when you're not too worried, you'll just perform naturally, rather than like, if they're like, hey, this is going to be on a Hollywood fucking movie screen, man, do your best. I'll be like, oh shit. Right. So I didn't think anything of it. So I just went and did my thing. I played a battle rapper. So
played yourself?
Well, not exactly, because I was a skinhead in the movie. So,
well, I didn't see that. I didn't see the movie.
My actual name was The Racist.
You knew that going in.
I thought that was funny, but yeah, no, you know, why hire an actor and train him how to be a battle rapper when you could just hire us? That's what we do for a living.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I wanted to talk to you about, you met Drake in Toronto at there was a cool little video there when he was at a press conference that you were at. Yeah. Did you ever talk to him when the cameras were off?
Oh, yeah.
If so, what did you guys talk about? If you don't mind sharing that.
The first time I met him, he took me aside and he's like, listen, man, like, you know, you're the Canadian champ, man. You need to do this. You need to go for the title. And at the time, I wasn't the champ. And I was like, man, fuck the title, man. Like, there's too many things, strings attached to it, blah, 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 blah. And I just remember his face. He's like, all right, man. And I was like, fuck, maybe I should go for it. And then I went for it. We talked a little bit after that, just about regular stuff and shit. He's just a super, super normal guy. Yeah. And then I went for the chain, and I won it. And he showed up, and I killed it again, and I killed it again, and I killed it again. So I won it 4 times in a row. And then, yeah, and he was at my second last one. He missed the Grammys for it, actually.
I saw that. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So he's a fan of yours.
Yeah, big fan.
Does he enjoy the art of battle rap? He must.
He loves it. He studies it.
Does he?
Yeah, man. Actually, when his last interview, when he was hanging with LeBron and shit, they're talking about his battle with, what's his name, Swisha or Swish?
Wait, whose battle?
Pusha T. His little back and forth, right?
Yeah.
He was saying, like, talking about battle rap, he goes, I study battle rap for a living. Like, I know the ins and outs and all that type of shit. So he loves battle rap.
Did he ever do it when he was younger?
He was gonna but he was gonna battle rap at one event that I was at, that I battled at. But then he didn't do it last minute, which is smart. You know what I mean?
It's good for his brand not to do it.
Yeah.
I remember when he was younger, Quake said that his group and Drake's group had a beef back in the day.
Yeah, and they were dissing each other back and forth.
That's kind of cool.
That is cool.
That's good for Canadian hip hop.
Big time.
Did you, when they're up there, do you guys ever bring that up or talk about that, or is that just water under the bridge?
No, just water under the bridge. Yeah.
Why do you like to go to these events by yourself? You said that you don't bring anyone with you. Is that on purpose, or?
Well, when I go to Toronto, I bring people with me, but unfortunately, most of my friends, they're unable to cross the border. So when I go to these other places, you know,
can't bring them.
Can't bring them. So, you know, I have some friends that, you know, that don't have those type of issues, but not like my main group of friends. So.
I see what you're saying.
So I go by myself, and it also like speaks volumes too. Like when you're standing there by yourself, you don't have 10 people behind you screaming, ah, I'm like, nah, bro, I'm here by myself. I'm gonna make that more of a staple when I win too. You know what I mean?
How long have you been doing that for, going by yourself?
For as long as I know, man.
Do you think that helps with the thickness of your skin, just being comfortable by yourself? Most people wouldn't feel comfortable.
No one does that. No one does that. Yeah, I like it like that. I've always liked the feeling of me against the world type shit. I never liked having like 100 people behind me, like, and just feeling like protected by these people. I feel like I like the whole like being on my toes, like shit could happen at any second, and I don't know, I just feel like a fucking warrior.
Interesting. Very cool. Do you ever see that changing as you get older? I'm sure there's
maybe if like I get like hurt really bad or something like that, or like, you know what I mean? And I hope that doesn't, like, just say like I went somewhere and I got stomped out really, really bad or something like that. Then yeah, maybe I would have to bring people after that, but
yeah,
it's never happened yet. So
for the future though, do you see yourself doing this long term, or do you ever see a point where you hang up the old battle rap?
I think it's just going to get bigger and bigger, man.
Yeah.
So I think like the average age for like people who are getting paid the most right now in battle rap is probably like 36, 37. Yeah. Okay. So like the top guys in the game will be like Murder Mook, Loaded Lux, Hollow. Whom I know I'm missing a couple people. But yeah, the biggest names, like Head Ice, he's the king of the dot right now. I think he's 40 or 39. A lot of these people are creeping up on 40 or 35 plus, right? It's not a young man sport. It's not like necessarily an old man sport at all, but it's not like hip hop where you're looked down on for doing it at an older age, because it's pretty a mature setting.
Do you ever talk to these?
Kinda, in a weird way.
I know what you mean. Yeah. Do you ever talk to these greats like you just mentioned and talk about everything that you guys have accomplished, things that you've learned, things that you look forward to in the future? Because there's only a few of you that are considered the best in the world. Do you guys ever like get together and talk when you're at these battle raps? Yeah,
man, I talk to them all the time. I try to soak up game from them as much as possible. Like Hollow is one of my favorite people to talk to. You know, these people have learned a lot about life and success in the industry and stuff like that. So I'm always trying to learn stuff from these guys.
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right, man. I pretty much got everything that I wanted out. Do you have anything else to say? Like, if you want to give a shout out to anyone, you want to give, show love to anyone, feel free.
PatStay.com, man. If you support me and you want to help keep this journey going, man, PatStay.com. There's all kinds of merch ordered there. It gets sent to your door worldwide. I get a small cut from it. This company ships and prints them out for me and stuff like that. But it keeps the cycle going, man. So if you believe in me, man, go to PatStay.com, take a picture and send it to me. I'll post it on my social media and just show appreciation. You know what I mean?
Love it. Well, thank you very much for coming, man. I appreciate it. I had a great time worldwide.
My man.
All right, everyone listening, High Button, thank you very much for tuning in. Make sure to go to all of our social media outlets, subscribe, comment, Facebook, Instagram, iTunes, YouTube, SoundCloud. I think I got them all. And that's it. Once again, thank you very much. We're out. Peace.
Boom.